Welcome to Lesson 1 of the location of resources or apps on your iPad or iPhone. What we're going to look at first in this particular lesson is the App Store. Now, all iPads or iPhones have an App Store. It's usually the blue little icon that has the circle and looks like an A in the middle. And for me on my iPhone, I've got that up in the top left-hand corner of my screen. So you can see I'm about to click on that. And here we are at the App Store. Now, how we can use this as educational material. Down at the bottom left, you will see that the word featured on the bottom row is highlighted in blue. That is currently where I am. Now, with featured, this is some of the material that right now they see as what are some of the more popular things people are searching for at the moment. So you can see that new and noteworthy apps are being used or downloaded at a rapid rate right now. You can kind of go all the way across to search those. Every now and then you might run across something educational, but sometimes that you don't. You can go down to see what's hot right now. It is starting to become spring, so they do have some springtime apps. Down here toward the bottom, they do have an app collection, game collection. Now, for our purposes, we are going to be looking at some educational collections. We'll come back to that in just a minute. But you can also find other things to search for. Sometimes they don't actually have this educational collection. We're just lucky enough today that they do have it posted on their App Store featured page. If they didn't have that there, if you go back to the very top where it says App Store, to the left you see where it says Categories. If you click on Categories, you can actually get a much wider range of material to search for. And then at that point, we could also click on Education. And it's going to take me to the same material that it would back on that original screen. So here's some of the things that you see that are new and noteworthy, specifically deal with educational material. Now, a lot of times, and most of the times, some of these are going to be free apps, some of these may cost money. But you can see some of the new and noteworthy educational apps that are currently available to students or to teachers. And a lot of times they come in the form of a game. Kids tend to focus a little more and do a little better if there's some sort of game involved. And if that's what it's going to take for our students to learn, that's how we want our students to learn. This is a very tech-savvy generation of kids, so as teachers, we've got to make sure that we are going to allow our students to use what they know best for them to learn. And you can continue to see some of the other apps that are quite popular at the moment. And you can also click the See All button that just turned black, and you can see other apps like that. If you want it to be a little more content specific, if you look just below, you'll see where it says foreign languages, live science, math apps, astronomy and earth science, and it just continues to go on. And that way you can kind of look for those apps, as I said, in a little more content-based area. And all the apps that you will find will deal specifically with that. Now, because I'm a math teacher, let's go click on, if I can get over there. Well, let's click on the math portion here. Now, everything that I'm going to see is going to be 100% related to math. Some of these apps are going to be free. Some of these apps are going to cost money. But what I like about this is they break it up into specific elements of math. You have numbers and operations. You have geometry, algebra, calculus, probability and statistics, applying math, and just some specific games that you can play with math. Now, I can go through and I can look at what I'm doing with my students in the classroom, find a good app that I think would benefit them, download it onto the iPad that they may use, or they could download that on their iPhone, and they can use that in class as well. But this is an excellent tool to come by and find a lot of apps and resources for our students. I highly recommend looking at the App Store. Sometimes it takes a little bit of playing around to get used to it, to find out how it works. All these updates that continue to go at a rapid pace. At a rapid pace, you got to keep yourself up to date on what or how they are presenting their material. But this is an excellent way to locate different apps for your students.